Welcome to Digital Asset News. Take a top stories in cryptocurrency and digital assets and break them down to bite-sized pieces. Today we got some pretty good stories about acceptance. First up, Shark Tank's Kevin O'Leary reverses stance on Bitcoin, says crypto is here to stay, invests 3% of his portfolio. And this is after years of him talking trash about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin in general. So the real question is, what changed his mind? So we'll take a look at that. Also, on top of this, Robinhood expects to pay 26.6 million FINRA fine. And really it all comes down to is that these fines are just the cost of doing business. And finally, we'll take a look at the Daedalus wallet from IOHK, as they are reporting to have a first ever multi-asset wallet. And this is just more great news for Cardano. So before we get into that, first, let's take a look at what's going on in the market. Today is, I think it's the 1st, March 1st. Hey, congratulations, we made it. It is, 9:40 p.m. Houston, Texas time. And that's the reason why, first of all, the backdrop looks a little bit different. And second of all, it's because I didn't do a video yesterday because I drove in from El Paso and I was just too tired to do it. But I'm sure nothing really happened yesterday. I mean, it's just cryptocurrency. Not like things change all the time. What are you going to do? Anyhow, so this is our Houston place, just so you get a feel for it. Here we are, nice on the lake. Feel pretty good. But we're here today. Well, first of all, to see our grandson, and second of all, to close on a investment property. So hopefully, the investment property happens. Who knows? Hopefully, we get to close. But anyhow, here's what's going on into the market. So today and yesterday was a pretty bad day for a lot of things. I mean, if you look at it like it is a bad day because things dropped off the face of the planet, there's just a big dip. And it wasn't like a crash, it was just a dip. And if you're new to the space, just know that, 10%, 15%, 20% a day, that's sometimes normal. And that's just the way it is. Traditional market players don't really get it until they really come into this space. But don't worry, because usually we have a nice little rebound like what we have today. So we see Bitcoin, it's up 10% in 24 hours, Ethereum 15%, Cardano 2, Binance Coin making some huge gains, 25% in 24 hours. Wow. If you caught that dip, congratulations. Tether's Tether, nobody really cares. Polkadot, 14%. XRP, watch out, 6%. Whoa. Yeah, big stuff. And Litecoin. So I think everything is pretty much up across the board. I mean, if you're in the red, it's kind of weird. Die, but no one, that's fine. But just so you know, we've got a market cap. We had almost slipped to like 1.3 something trillion, and which was a pretty big dip from the 1.7. But just remember, this is the thing. When you have these big dips, you have to take advantage. I'm not giving you financial advice. This is just what I did. As soon as I saw that dip yesterday, we started off pretty early in the drive. I looked over at my wife. I said, "Look, today is a day that you have to buy more. And whatever you're doing, dollar cost averaging, I need you to increase it by at least 20% and go from there. Because, I mean, it could go down again, it could go up, but we know where things are going if you look at the 4-year cycles. And that's just the way it is. I know people have also told me, like, Rob, you don't understand what's going on. You have to understand that this is a totally different market and it will keep going up and it'll be massive and, to the moon, baby. Well, just so you know, there's always going to be traders. There's always going to be greedy people. There's always going to be manipulation. I mean, we're going to look at the Robinhood story in a bit. So nothing really changes. I mean, there are some players like a Michael Saylor that just bought up more Bitcoin today, and he will always. But there's a lot of people who are just here to trade, sell, stock up, manipulate, and do all those things. So when people say this is a totally different market, a little bit, but it's still the same game. Anyhow, let's jump into today's top story. So first up, this guy always ticked me off because, first of all, he when he debates people, when he talks about people, he just throws out this huge word salad and doesn't really let people really get into all the specific points. Kevin Leary is a smart guy. I'm not going to take it away from him. He's on Shark Tank. He made a lot of great investments. But when he was talking to Pompliano about Bitcoin, he said like 10 different points, and it's like a 7-minute segment, and Pomp's like, well, I don't know what you wanted me to do here because I mean I can only answer 1 or 2 of those points. So it just goes to show you also that if you're waiting for the smart money to tell you where to go, you're too late. And here you go, because I'm guarantee I can't guarantee anything, okay? But I'm 99% sure Kevin bought crypto way earlier and way more than what he's letting on, because, you know, nobody just is like, oh, 50,000 now. I could have got it for 5 or 10 or 20 or 30 or 40. I'll get it at 50. Sure. So anyhow, Shark Tank's Kevin Leary versus Stance. What does he say? And why does he say it? It's a big thing. He states this: I actually think that digital currencies are here to stay. This is an interview with CNBC. Most people are willing to hold them, including institutions over the last 90 days, are willing to deal with the volatility. I'm fascinated. I'm investing. I'm holding a 3% weighting in it between Ethereum and Bitcoin. The volatility sickens me, but I'm getting used to it. And the thing about this is that I don't really care that Kevin O'Leary's into it. I don't personally care. I know you really, I mean, you might say this is a good news or bad news or whatever else, but the reason why I am excited about Kevin, coming over is because when people hear these public figures coming over to Bitcoin, then they start to feel like, oh, it's not so bad. Oh, it's not a Ponzi scheme like Dr. Doom, whatever his name is, Nairobi. I always forget his name. Robini, that's it. And all these gold bugs talk about. So, well, Kevin O'Leary's into it, and he's a pretty successful businessman. I'll just model that and I'll go after it. So that's why I report on these things, because it just moves the needle. It's just the game of inches, like football, right? So if we can just get there a little bit, one step at a time, so much the better. And if you're going to have Kevin O'Leary, tell people something in public and do something in private, I don't care. Just as long as he gets with the game plan and lets people know that, hey, this is a great opportunity, once in a lifetime, generational type of thing. So everybody come on board, come on the life raft. We'll see what happens. So to finish up, he says, and finally, I'm starting to think about, how do I invest in the infrastructure of mining Bitcoin? Just so you know, full transparency, I also invest into stocks, not financial advice. I like Tesla. I like Airbnb. I think once people get vaccinated, they're going to start to, really travel and need things. And I also invest in something called Marathon, or Mara. That's the ticker name, Mara. And it is a mining company, and it's shot up tremendously. And I got to give a shout out to my friend George from El Paso. He's the one that got me into it. And it's like, hey, man, you got to get into Mara. And this, not paid promote. I've been investing in them for I think 4 or 5 months now, and it's been pretty well. So if you're kind of iffy about the crypto game, you can do your own research and look into stocks. And then just to go down, the real question is, why is he saying this now? And the reason he says is because he states this, I change when facts change. He states, Canadian, Swiss, and many other regulators have done a 180 on Bitcoin. This is a game changer for many investors, including me. I know he's always talked about, I'd like to do ETFs because I feel more comfortable in doing those things, and that's fine. Whatever this guy needs to feel comfortable to get in, a little bit more heavy, sure. Do I think that he's not in the past? No. But that's just me. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Let's move on to our next piece. So next up, Robinhood expects to pay a fine. And I'm not going to spend too much time on this. It's just that, just so you know, that all this manipulation by the big companies, by the JP Morgans, by the different banks, they don't care. They don't care because the fines are the cost of doing business. And this is what's going on here. So Robinhood, the popular stock app, announced on Friday the U.S. regulators were preparing to probe its trading restrictions on shares of GameStop. In the SEC filing that they just put out, Robinhood also stated it's preparing to pay at least $26 million with FINRA, not over the GameStop restrictions, but over trading outages in March of 2020. So that's interesting. And its options trading policies around approval and display. So a couple things to unpack here. First of all, this $26 million isn't because of the GameStop situation. They know it's coming. They're getting ramped up. They are cooperating with the SEC, which is a pretty smart move, because if not, they can just crush you. So yeah, but again, they have a $26 million for outages. Let's see how much they made over the last couple of years, shall we? So in 2017, Robinhood made $21 million. 2018, $69, 2019, $111, and in 2020, they made $682 million revenue. So do you think that $26 million is anything big to them? They don't care. They're like, hey, 26 million, light my cigars with that. So, that's just the cost of it. They'll probably have to pay more for the GameStop, but they don't care. They don't care because, first of all, don't sue me, anybody, but I believe, no facts, that all these guys talk to each other, all these brokerages and mutual fund places, or, financial institutions and go, hey, hedge funds, that's what I'm trying to say. Hey, what can we do here? We're going to lose a lot of money. Can you help us out? Sure, we'll just do this. I mean, in public, we can skirt around it, but I got you. And that's what I think it is. I could be wrong. I mean, it's just a thought, just a feeling. I'm not saying there's any proof. Again, don't sue me. But that's what I think is going on here. And also, it's not all gloom and doom for the company, which is preparing to go public. Robinhood is valued at 20 billion, added 6 million crypto users already in 2021. So 6 million, that's pretty good. Couple of things here. Also, Coinbase is preparing to go public. The IPO, they're estimated, I think, around 20-something billion dollars as it's trading on a private market. And I hope the money that they have, they can start to get into hiring more customer service and maybe some more programmers. Someone said it pretty well. They said, if you have more lawyers than programmers and customer support, then you got a problem as far as a platform. And that's exactly what's going on here. So if these guys get dinged for outages, can you only imagine what's going to happen with Coinbase when everything goes public and stuff like that? Hopefully they're shoring that up. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Move on to our last piece. And last up, if you are new to the channel, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Just so you know, I'm biased. And all the things that I invest into, I talk a lot about. That's just how it is. And I make no bones about it. I mean, some people will tell you I'm not biased. I think they're sure. I think they're not, but I am. And I invest in Cardano and Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Chainlink, and all these different things. So when a story like this comes up, probably going to talk about it. So this is what's going on. So there is the Merry hard fork. It's supposed to happen today, and they state that it's in a Twitter feed. Well, we're happy to report that we have just released our first ever multi-asset daedalus wallet. So I was all excited. I downloaded it. I'm like, shoot, this isn't the one. And the reason why it's not the one, it says they just released the public testnet only just for now. It offers multi-asset support, enabling developers and SPOs, state provider operators to test sending and receiving native tokens alongside ADA with a brand new interface. Tomorrow evening, they'll release a Daedalus flight wallet, timed with the Merry hard fork. And this is one before I'd actually reported on this, and they said they put out a new wallet. I was like, I don't see this wallet. What the heck's going on? And of course, I just didn't know that they have flight wallets. Like they actually do their due diligence and go, hey, test this out, see what's going on, and then let us know what works or what doesn't, which is what a good company should do. And that's what's going on. So things are moving along. They said they were going to do it, and they're doing it. And I'm very happy with that. On top of the fact that with the Merry hard fork, it ushers in the Goguen era with the smart contracts. Developers can start to build on it. Non-fungible tokens, decentralized finance, the whole shebang. On top of everybody's been able to build on top of Cardano, just like they were able to build on Ethereum in the ICO craze. So I expect big things from Cardano. I don't know if it's going to 10x, but I got a price range of around $5. That's what I think. Again, not financial advice, it's just how I see it. All right, so look, that's it for today. I just want to do a quick little video, tell you what's going on, and that is it. So if you made it all the end, thanks for stopping by. And if you liked it, why don't you hit the thumbs up. Also, consider subscribing, because the things we talk about are time sensitive, like the stories we just said right there. And then if you like these types of videos, I'll link two in the left and right. Let YouTube do its magic, and that is all. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll see you on the next one.